So in this shamba we have some few Croton Megalocarpus. Here locally they say Lmarugwet, and they are about 3 years old. They are growing well, and we planted them together with many other things here. And these ones are the ones surviving. The last 3 years have been very dry. So we had some matundadamu and other trees. Few papaya have survived in matundadamu, but this one has sustained itself. And we planted many by seed. At the same time we planted those trees. And they're coming up well. They're coming up strongly. And they're giving us some benefit because they are blocking the view here. And we have some goats for milking, and they actually eat these leaves. Not as the only diet, but if you mix them with other leaves that they like, they'll also eat this one. So we balance with that, and then with time, and then we are getting some shade for our nursery for vegetables, and it's shading our fruits, because now this place we don't water. We have just planted here. We only watered like this type with the bottle for a few things that we want to be watered. But generally this place is just having manure, and they're doing really well. And we also have some other sites that are a bit older, and we can see they're not doing as well. Likely because the water is not as good, or the soil is not as good, or the manure is not as good. And then we have a few, maybe this one was growing with the matundadamu or avocado or something. So we had a lot of manure, so it come up well. So this thing is really nice, and it comes up really well if it has a chance, if it has a good place like that place. Maybe we were digging well. And we just put the seeds in the ground, we wait for rain, and that's it. And then on that side over there, you can see we also planted, but that place is not fertile. We did not put any manure. We were just digging small together with some cabbage and beans, and they are actually older and very, very small compared to those ones who has more fertility. And with time, if it would rain now a lot, we expect this one to grow well. We'll get a shade. We'll get eventually flower for bees. We'll eventually get more leaves dropping to the ground, creating now a mulch and more fertility. So we see this tree is a very, very nice tree for agroforestry. And we'll be adding the plant all over this area. Like that design, we'll plant also in this area and in this area, eventually the whole of this place. So it's a good tree for starting a forest. And there is another shamba I have, one I call lab shamba, and there I planted these trees, and after some 5 years we saw many wild trees coming. When they were dense like this, they were coming in the ground, especially a tree called irri, and the irri tree is something we will want to have in our shamba. So thank you so much for this time, I also want to add that this tree is also a medicinal tree. When the tree is big, you can harvest the bark, and it's for homa. And then again, we put them. You see, even 4 or 5 are coming in the same place. You'll find that we are pruning them from down. If we remove those branches, we give to the goats. They get some food, and then it will grow more straight and more straight, and it will give some straight wood. The more we need to remove them, the more things we'll get. So we'll get sticks, we'll get posts, even for replacing in the fence. And these ones are not eaten so much by termites. So we expect them to last maybe 5-10 years. So we'll see. We are trying anyway. But it's an agroforestry tree here in Kenya that we believe in so much. Talk to you next time.